let's get started on this. So, you can't see me. Let me turn the light. All right. So, today I want to focus on an app. I had this little idea last night, and I'm just going to throw something at it, quick and dirty, make it, and call it a day. Just because I'm interested in how it would respond. So, without further ado, let's get started. Here's the plan. So this is the desktop version of my app. So I plan on using this for this whole thing, and let's figure out what it does. Right now you'll be entered with this screen. You can either create an account or log in. Both of those go to a page like this, which there's no login screen right now, so it just sends you to home. Home, this will be like a social media site, so you'll have all your posts here, and you can scroll through them. Up here, you can create a post. You can put post text here. And when you press submit, it posts it. And it should pop up here. Your profile will be here. There's nothing fancy here yet. It just says to log out. That's all I've made so far. It's very, very basic. Very simple implementation, just to make sure that it's possible to do this. So, that's what we currently have. But in order for this to function, I need a backend. I'm very used to writing my backends in Java, so that's what I'm going to do. So, for me to do that, I need some sort of Java IDE. I prefer to use IntelliJ. It's just what I've always had, always used. So, we'll use IntelliJ, if it ever wants to load. Sometimes it's a little slow. Let's close that. Come on. Silly thing. There it goes. It's just booting up. Okay, so here's IntelliJ. I want to create a new project, if it will let me. It's being a little slow today. I want this to be a Spring Boot application. We'll use Java, we'll use Maven. We'll call this on everything backend. This will be It's being a little silly on my computer. We'll use io.github.on everything. We'll use Java 21. We'll use jar packaging. Next. Now, what tools do I need? I'll use Lombok because it's useful. What do I need? I want Jersey because that's what I like using. And that'll be the very basic of it. I will add a database, but I don't want to use their system. I have my own. So I'll create that. If IntelliJ wants to be smart. Sure. Is Maven. I'll do that for now. Great. Did it not just... I hate IntelliJ sometimes. This latest version's been really dumb. There we go. That should load. Now we have a project that's attempting to load, at least. Okay. If it wants to do it. There we go. Oh, now it's doing stupid stuff. Got it. My computer's just being slow because I guess I have too much running. Is there anything I can close? Not really. I can close that. I can probably stop the test server. There we go. Okay. Let's see if this will load. Come on. What is going on with this computer today? I pop it up and start a stream and it goes crazy. Let's put that in full screen. It's taking a minute to read everything. Okay. That's plugins. Dependencies. Okay. So licenses. I don't need to worry about those. Don't need to worry about those. Not worried about those. Don't need to worry about that. Keep that. Let's do that. This should not be .rpc. That's good. That's good. We'll keep that out. Cut. Oops. Okay, press that there. There we go. Put repositories in here. And now I need to go to Jetpack. That should be that. Commits. We'll use this one. We will add. Oops. We will add this repository. And we will add this dependency. There we go. And then if I reload, that should work. Main Java. There's the application. That's what we expect. Cool. Now what I want to do is go to github.com/ go. I want to look at my standalone server. Source, main. Yes. Let's go. Okay. So let's create. Come on. New package. Call this API. Let's create a new Java class. Call this Jersey config. We'll delete those. Copy that. We'll keep those, remove those. I'll create a new Java class. Let's create a CORS request filter. Go. New class, CORS response filter. Go. Copy. Paste that. And then we will create a controller. Paste that. Cool. So that should have a very basic program here. We'll keep that. We'll do that. We'll remove the breakpoint. And under here, for my build, I want a default goal clean package. Sync. Let's build that. So that should build. There we go. It's complaining about SL4J. Lovely. Logger factory, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's complaining about some sort of dependency stuff, which is lovely. So what does my pom.xml look like? Not worried about ProGuard. Do. That's Spring Boot Maven plugin. This is Spring Boot Maven plugin. Copy this. Move that. Remove this. I will be right back because I'm getting a phone call. All right, I'm back. Let's see. What is the error here? Illegal state failed to load application context. Why is that? I have no clue. Let me cut out a few of these then. Let's remove these plugins. Let's cut out Lombok and use this basic stuff. Let's look at our dependencies over here. that. There we go. We can cut out ProGuard because I'm not worried about this. This file is not going to be distributed. So I'm not going to obfuscate the server. Okay, that should be there. io.github.that.unearthing. Application test, goal repackage. Okay. So with that, what are my dependencies that I'm using? I'm using, let's remove my Spring Boot dependencies. Let's paste these in. Then that's it. So if I resync, okay, let's resync. Let's try building this. Tests, that's correct. I don't care about warnings. That ran, build success, perfect. So if I cd target java -jar, that should run, and it should run on port 8080, I believe. Yes. So if I go to http local 80/welcome, I should say welcome me. Which it very much does. Perfect. Okay. So that's good. Now we probably need some sort of note. So what I will do is I'll close that. I'll create a new file. We'll call this notes.md. So what do we want this to look like? For one, we need a create post, which requires post text, user ID, are the main things it would require. Possibly a date posted, although we can generate that. We probably need to get posts, which would get posts, which would contain post text, user sent, and date posted. That would be the very basics. And to start, we'll use the user ID of null to test this. We'll get post, which should require post ID, and return post text, user sent, date posted. So that's the very basics of what we need. So let's come up with an idea of how this would work. Main Java API. Let's create a package called this v1, because I like to version my stuff. Let's go back here. What does a API? Sure, v1 copy. Then let's create v1.post. Let's create a new Java class. Post resource. That should have a at XML accessor type dot none at XML root element name post v1 at path of slash v1 slash posts at component post resource dot v1. That should be that at post at produces max application slash JSON at component no, that's just it. Public string create post string body return okay, I guess for now. And then let's see. We probably need a JSON. So public static JSON is equal to new JSON builder dot sure dot disable HTML. No, we can keep HTML escaping. And we won't set pretty printing. Okay. Public static data base. Whoops. Database. Database builder dot set. Let's see. How did I do this previously? File, recent projects, sure. We'll open that in a new window. That's not it. File. Recent projects. That. We'll open that in this window. How did I do this? Okay. We'll use this format. We'll go back here. We'll do that. We'll add an exception. Add the exception. And then if args dot length 0, else if args dot file name is equal to new file. Actually, we'll just do file config file. new file arg0. How we say if args.length is equal to 0, we'll get new file /config dot, no, I'll just use server.cfg. Else config file is equal to new file arg0. Then we say if config file exists, properties ex dot load new file input stream config file. We do that. If properties ex is empty, we do that. There we go. We'll set the key space to let's see. What is this called? Enter thing. Set use off false. That's fine. Then database is equal to database builder.build. There we go. That's done. Then new file output stream, instead of doing a new file here, we'll do config file. Common server configuration, that's good. And database builder. We'll do that. So then we'll say JSON is equal to dot JSON. Then we could do that, and then get then JSON object create body is equal to JSON from JSON. Okay, that's good. And then here we'll have to work on the database. Database builder dot add database value. What tables should we have? We should have posts. We should have ID. That should be big int. Database builder. Hosts. Owner. Data type should be big int. Database builder. Posts. Text. That should be text. And then database builder dot add database value. Actually, we won't worry about that. We aren't going to do authentication yet. Okay. Then database. So let's see. Unearthing the database dot insert into hosts. We'll insert an ID. We'll insert an owner. We'll insert text. The following values. How we do have snowflakes. So public static snowflake snowflake. Let's go new snowflake. Let's say new should be date. We'll use this date. 2025 01 01. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. I've been a day, Millie. Dot. We'll change that to new Unix supported date. Dot. Get Unix seconds. Dot. Get data. Sure, we'll just use node ID 0 because it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about we'll worry about that later because we're just gonna have a single instance for now. Let's do that. Unearthing. Dot, nope, not database. Dot snowflake. Dot next ID. The owner should be 0 L. Create body. Dot get text. That get a string. We should return long ID is equal to unearthing. Nope, not JSON. Dot snowflake. Dot next ID. And then from here, we should go through our objects. Oops. We'll remove this next ID. And change that to ID. This should be create body dot get sender dot get no dot get as long. Return ID colon plus ID. We'll do that. At get. At produces application slash JSON public string get posts. Do that. On dot database dot select new string. We'll select the ID. We'll select the owner, and we'll select text from hosts where limit limit 1000. Let's do that for now because we don't have filtering yet. Let's say limit 10,000. And that returns what? Database selection. Database at select cell1 dot okay, so then we'll do a list database selection sorted. So go to new database selection, right? Okay. For database for how do we want to sort this? So cell1 dot get data dot sort. Comparator of map string. Or compare. Return o1 dot get ID dot get long. Let's see. Unearthing action dot snowflake dot fine. Say snowflake dot dot parse, right? How does the snowflake class work? It's been so long since I touched it. What does parse do? Timestamp node ID sequence. Okay. O1 dot get ID dot get long 0. How does comparator work? Java comparator. So negative integer 0 as a parse. So if the first argument is less than, it should be negative. So minus everything activation dot snowflake dot parse o2 dot get id dot get long at 0. Oh, at 0. We will return that. Right? Oh yeah, we could do that. Okay. We'll do that. Sort new sorter. And you want the smallest to be first. And that's the way it should sort it. So for int I is equal to 0. Sure. If I is greater than or equal to 100, break. Okay. And we should have a JSON array. Sure. JSON object post equal to JSON object. Add property ID I dot. Oh, ID should be cell1 dot get data to get I dot get. No. Dot get value of I and ID dot get long post dot add property owner post dot add property text get string and then JSON array dot add post and then return JSON to JSON array. Okay, so that should do that. Clear that. Yeah. We'll allow that. That should post. Let's see. If that builds, that should be good. Create post. There we go. Yeah. And actually, the sender should be determined by the header, but that's fine. No, we could just do that for now. Build success. Now if you run that, cd ... Fine, let's rebuild. I should run. There we go. cd target java -jar everything. That should run. Here we go. There we go. That should work. So then that should work. And then how are we making posts? So we should have create here. We have the post data. App/create post. Okay. So we have that. We have the system text input, which is right here. On change text does that, underlines that. Okay. Then we have a submit. On press is submit. We have a function called submit. Okay. Const data is equal to await. Let me look at. Then if we go to components, no, it's under. We should be able to see from app.js. Yes. Let's do a post. Maybe util scripts, no, components, login. It's pages, onboarding, login. Login screen, login request. Copy that. That's a get, or sure, put is close enough. Do that. Create post. We'll get this. HTTP localhost 8080 /v1 slash, what is it called? v1 slash what? Post. Body is going to do that. Const post data is equal to this. Then what are the items we're looking for? We're looking for sender and text. We'll have the sender be 0 because we don't have any counts yet. And then text should be post data. Nope, not set post data. It should just be post data. Oh, const post object. We'll do that. Post object. If that happens, we'll do that. We'll do we'll just console log the error for now. And then we'll dismiss. And then this does not return JSON, it returns text. Text. Let's say console.log text. Oh, create post. That should work. And then for that we should be able to do that. Start the server. Go here. npm start. And that should start it. Exo start. That's doing nothing. Come on. There we go. Open web. It's building. There we go. Log in. Home. Create a post. Testing app. And we got a 404. Because we don't have resources, so version 1. Refactor. Move class to v1. Public class classes is equal to that. Post resource. We'll do that. Then we'll go to Jersey config for class in unearthing that register class. We'll do that. We'll shut down the server. Come on. C.dot. We'll rebuild. That's built. Then we will cd target. We'll rerun the server. Hopefully it runs. Yep. Then we'll create a new post. Test. And that worked. Cool. So then if I do that, we should be able to do localhost 8080 / v1 / post. And that is what we want to see. That's what I want to see. We have a JSON object with an ID, an owner, and text. Cool. So we have that. That's what we want to see. And now we got to figure out what a post looks like. So we can shut down this server. Mark these as done. There we go. So we'll mark our to-do list as done. Then we will create front end to view posts. Sure. So then when we're creating a post, let's create a component cancel. We'll call this a post. We don't have to worry about a submit button. We don't have to worry about that. We'll call this post. Have text. We'll have export default function post props. How am I doing the props again? Some export interface. Of the text as a string. Owner string. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. Change that as props, post props. We won't need to worry about routers. Do that. View style equals post style. Roboto text, we'll have this as props.text. Then underneath we'll have Roboto text props.owner. It should have a width of 90%, background color, hashtag C0C0C0. Sure. Do that. For now, that should be enough to start. Let's go to home. We'll do that. Text equals lorem ipsum nonsense DeLorean. Owner equals 101010. We'll just have 0 for now. Cool. We have a post. And now we can style it as we want. So post border radius 15, padding 15%. Sure. Margin bottom. Sure, we'll set a bottom margin. Then text, main text, font weight, 600, 300. Font size, 24 maybe. Style equals styles.main text. With sure, then user text, font size 18, font weight 400, color, hashtag 3F3F3F. Style equals styles.userText. Sure. Let's see what it looks like on mobile. Let me load it on my phone. Log in, home. Yeah, that's not bad. And then if I go home, I copy a bunch of those. Yeah, that's good. Cool. So now what I need is a posts object, which I can use my old code for that. We'll copy that for now. Pages, main, home. What is this using to store it? It is get tasks. And where is get tasks? Ha. So I'll copy this over here. Oops. Okay. So we'll copy this to get posts. posts. We don't need those. We don't need that. Async function load data. Data, set data. We'll do state. What is it called? That. Get. We don't need to send a body. Result.json. Then JSON. JSON. Public export function from host from JSON. JSON any. Return new. Text JSON.owner JSON.id. Var load is equal to that for post p var p in JSON. Oh, and posts. Load dot push. Let's see. Post from JSON p. Post from JSON p. And then set data load. Oh shoot. For load. What? How did I do it? There. There. Let's change that to post from JSON P. Set data load. Fine, be that way. Set data posts. Set the data to posts. Then we will load the data. Dot length is equal to 0. Then we will load the data. So then data if load the data and we'll return view. Else item turn post text equals item dot text owner equals item dot owner. Okay, we can do that. And then we remove all of this. You don't need to worry about style sheets, just mapping them. Okay, so reload. Okay. And then what else do we need to do? Let's see. I probably need to load it. So if we go to our home, oh, reload, just to make sure. We have an error. Oh, that's fine. It's just that. Login, home. Length is undefined. Where is that in get posts? Oh, it's not data. Wait, that is data. console.log. Cannot read property length undefined. Data.length. Why would data ever be all? We'll just. What is fetch from? We don't have fetch. Import fetch from. What is data? It's undefined apparently. Oh, server's not running. Dummy. That's not the right one. That didn't even search. Econ refused. Restored. What did that print? That logged that. Let's restart the server. See what happens. That restarted. Reload. That printed nothing. Network request failed. Type error network request failed. Why is that undefined? Let me try that. Okay. That's a little better. Although it shouldn't be. Network request failed. Localhost 8080 v1/post. Okay. Let's retry that. Because I'm sending a string and not JSON. Load. Network request failed. Why? Why is that failing? Let's see if that does anything. It is not requesting to the server. Got it. Oh, because it's trying to connect to the same device. That's why. That would do it. So if instead I opened it on this device. Oops. Let's see what happens. Aha. Almost. That did get the data, but it did not create the object. But at least it didn't throw an error. Else. Return that. Aha. So if I create another post, I am bored. I go here, I reload. Aha. There we go. So posts, margin, bottom, 2% maybe? 1%. Okay. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So we have a post. We can post to it. It does that. It handles it on the server. So mark that as done. Now that's working. And that's what we expect to see. So we have this. It does let us create it. The next thing we will do is probably accounts, but I'm not worried about that. Maybe creation date would be useful. Post resource, get posts, post that add property, creation date. That should be unearthing back notification dot snowflake dot parse. Should be parsing. That should be getting 0. Okay, so that should work for that. We can delete that, rebuild, cd dot dot, so that doesn't freak out. Let that rebuild. Okay, we'll restart. Whoops, cd target, restart the server. Yep. Reloading this page should have it empty. Yep. It's gonna attempt over and over again, but it's gonna keep failing. So, hello there. Submit. That should do that. Okay. That should be a bit better. And now we can modify this. So a post now should have a date on a date. We should have a date to get date. Get full year. Plus probs dot date dot get hour. Props dot date dot get minutes. And that's expected to be undefined because we haven't decided on it. So get pose, date, date. Date, date. This dot date is equal to date. Public get date. Return this dot date. Then date equals item dot date. Oh, creation date. New date. There we go. That's correct. That's what I want to see. And pose, we can change this to on var date is equal to that. It's easier. On date. Do that. Not at, sure. And then if we create a new one, we'll call this testing. Cool. That should work. That's very, very basic of how that will be, but that's fine. It's very much not secure either, but I don't care. It's not public yet, so that should work. And then if I kill the server, our move unearthing.db nano server.config. Oh, that's a bug. That is very much a bug. So if I do that again, I reload this, that should do nothing. That should still work. Okay. IntelliJ, that's fine. There we go. So we should do that. That should be the very basics of this. This should fail severely. Yep, that's expected. Should be throwing errors like crazy. Yep. So reload this. It should throw errors. Yep. Yep, that's good. Do that. Should still throw an error. Have unintended stuff. Yep. Good, good, good. So that is the very basics of this. It should be functioning. I can clean this up a bit for certain. We'll keep that. Create post is probably fine, but get rid of that. Get rid of that. That's fine. commit testing first version. Then here, cd dot dot rm dash rf target git add dash a. Oh, git init git add git branch dash main git add dash a git dash m first test. Okay, that should work. And that should be our first version. So just to go over what we've done is we've created this very basic app. And by very basic, I mean not secure whatsoever, but functional. So if we go here, if I go full screen, we start a server. Let's go log out from the beginning. When you go onto the app, you can log in, go home. Right now there are no posts, but that's fine. So we can create a post. When we go home, reload, server's down. So instead we will npm start. Open web. Okay, so we have this app. We can start here. We can create an account or log in. We go home. There's no post to begin. So we'll create a post, call it hello world. We'll submit it. Reload the page. Then we should have a darn. Why isn't this working? Econ refused because we built the server and didn't start it. There. Okay. Now we should be able to go here, create a post, call it hello world, spit it, and we have a post. It was created by whoever the hell 0 is, because we don't know who accounts are, on March 20th at 1844, which should be local time. So yeah, 6:44. Awesome. So we have the very basics, but it's good enough to get started. Awesome. I think that will conclude today's stream. It was good having you. I'm doing this because it's fun. If you enjoy it, continue to watch, or when this is posted on YouTube, be sure to hit a like or subscribe or whatever. All right, bye.